True Grit, a dust-blown tale of vengeance and humanity. Y'all ready to saddle up? Good. Let's take a journey into the gritty, dust-blown badlands of the American West, where justice isn't written in law books, but carved into the barrels of six-shooters. Today, we're diving deep into True Grit, the Coen Brothers' 2010 masterpiece that reimagined the classic Western genre with a style as sharp as a freshly honed Bowie knife. But let's not just watch this movie, let's live it. Feel the crunch of boots on frozen ground, hear the lonely howl of prairie winds, and smell the acrid sting of gunpowder in the air. This ain't just a review, partner. This is a tale of vengeance, grit, and a coming-of-age story told with blood and bullets. The story begins with a death. Frank Ross, a farmer, shot down in cold blood by a no-good coward named Tom Chaney. Enter Maddie Ross, a 14-year-old girl with the fire of vengeance burning so hot in her eyes, it'd make the devil himself think twice. Hailee Steinfeld plays this role like a gunslinger who never misses. She's tough, smart, and unrelenting, bringing to life one of the most compelling protagonists you'll ever see in a Western. Maddie hires Rooster Cogburn, a drunk and morally ambiguous U.S. Marshal played by Jeff Bridges, to hunt down Chaney. Rooster is all gravelly voice, whiskey breath, and a trigger finger quicker than a rattlesnake strike. And let me tell you, Bridges doesn't just play Rooster Cogburn, he is Rooster Cogburn. You can almost taste the stale tobacco in his mouth and feel the weight of his regrets in every lumbering step he takes. Joining the posse is Texas Ranger LaBeouf, pronounced LaBeef, played by Matt Damon. He's all pomp and swagger, a man of the law who carries himself like he's the hero of his own dime novel. Damon's portrayal brings a touch of humor to this grim tale, balancing out the darkness with his ego-driven antics. Together, this unlikely trio rides into the wilderness, chasing Chaney across the harsh landscapes of the Old West. But True Grit isn't just about catching a man. It's about what's lost and found along the way. It's a journey into the heart of vengeance, where the line between right and wrong blurs like a mirage on a hot desert road. First up, Hailee Steinfeld. She was only 13 years old when she took on the role of Maddie Ross, but her performance hits harder than a mule's kick. Steinfeld plays Maddie with an iron will and a sharp tongue, delivering lines that cut through the air like a whip. She's fearless in the face of danger, holding her own against seasoned actors like Bridges and Damon. There's a scene where Maddie negotiates with a traitor over her late father's debts. And let me tell you, she's more ruthless than any gunslinger you'll meet. That's not just acting, that's owning the role. Now, Jeff Bridges as Rooster Cogburn. What a performance. Bridges doesn't just bring Rooster to life, he breathes in the whiskey-soaked air of this character and spits it back out with raw, unpolished humanity. Rooster is a broken man, a relic of a violent past, but Bridges gives him a heart. His chemistry with Steinfeld is electric, like two sides of the same coin. Maddie's unyielding righteousness against Rooster's grizzled pragmatism. And then there's Matt Damon, whose LaBeouf is equal parts charming and insufferable. Damon captures the essence of a man who desperately wants to be seen as the hero, but is often overshadowed by the grittier Rooster and the fiercely determined Maddie. His character provides moments of levity, but Damon never lets you forget that LaBeouf is just as deadly as he is cocky. Josh Brolin and Barry Pepper round out the cast as the villains, Tom Chaney and Lucky Ned Pepper. Brolin's Chaney is a cowardly, slimy outlaw, while Pepper's Ned is a charismatic leader of a gang of cutthroats. Both actors bring their A-game, adding layers of menace to the story. The Coen Brothers are masters of atmosphere, and True Grit is a testament to their craft. Every frame of this film feels like it's been dipped in dust and shadow. Cinematographer Roger Deakins, who's practically a wizard with a camera, captures the stark beauty of the West with a painter's eye. Snow-covered forests, wide-open plains, and rugged mountains become characters in their own right, shaping the journey of our protagonists. Carter Burwell's haunting score ties it all together, blending hymnal melodies with the raw tension of the frontier. The music swells and fades like the wind across the plains, underscoring the film's themes of redemption and mortality. What sets True Grit apart from other Westerns is that it doesn't romanticize the Old West. It is harsh, unforgiving, and filled with morally ambiguous characters. The pacing is deliberate, letting the story unfold like the slow, steady march of a posse on a manhunt. For all its grit and violence, True Grit is surprisingly funny. The Coen Brothers expertly weave humor into the fabric of the narrative, using it to provide relief from the relentless tension. Much of the humor comes from the interplay between Rooster, Maddie, and LaBeouf. Their bickering feels authentic, like three mismatched puzzle pieces trying to fit together. Take, for example, the scene where Rooster and LaBeouf engage in a shooting competition to prove their marksmanship. It's a ridiculous display of male ego that ends with LaBeouf storming off in a huff, much to Maddie's amusement. Moments like these humanize the characters, making their struggles and triumphs all the more impactful. A decade after its release, True Grit remains a standout in the Western genre. It's a film that pays homage to the classics while carving out its own identity. The Coen Brothers took a story that had already been immortalized in the 1969 John Wayne film and made it their own, infusing it with their signature blend of dark humor, moral complexity, and stunning visuals. More importantly, True Grit redefined what a Western could be. It proved that the genre still had plenty of life left in it, capable of telling stories that resonate with modern audiences while staying true to its roots. The West in True Grit isn't just a setting, it's a crucible. It tests the mettle of everyone who dares to walk its trails, pushing them to their limits and revealing their true character. The West isn't romanticized here. It's a place of brutal beauty, where survival often comes at a steep cost. Maddie's journey takes her from the relative safety of her home into a wilderness that mirrors her own inner transformation. As she rides deeper into the Badlands, she sheds the naivety of youth, emerging as a hardened, resolute figure who's seen the best and worst humanity has to offer. For Rooster, the West is both a prison and a sanctuary. It's a place where his violent skills are in demand, but also a constant reminder of the life he'll never escape. The landscapes become a reflection of his internal struggle, vast and unforgiving, yet filled with fleeting moments of grace. Even LaBeouf, with all his bravado, finds himself humbled by the raw power of the wilderness. The West strips away his pretenses, leaving behind a man who's learned to respect both his companions and the land they traverse. True Grit isn't just a movie, it's an experience. It's a journey into a world where life is cheap, but justice is priceless. It's a story of courage, redemption, and the unyielding strength of the human spirit. The performances are stellar, the cinematography breathtaking, and the story unforgettable. So, if you're looking for a film that'll have you on the edge of your seat, gripping your armrest like the reins of a runaway horse, True Grit is the one. This is the kind of movie that sticks with you long after the credits roll, like the lingering smell of gunpowder after a duel.